Hey guys, hope you all are doing well. So guys, this is our first video on HTML. In this video, I'm gonna give you an introduction about HTML and some basic elements of HTML. So let's start our video. I hope you will enjoy the entire course. Actually, first of all, we have to discuss about it. What is HTML? Why do we use it? What is the use of HTML? So here I have written some points. As you can see here, uh, let me make it bigger. As you can see here, it is written the full form of HTML. It is an hypertext markup language. Remember it, it's not a programming language, it's hypertext markup language, and it is used to make a structure of a website. You know, in on internet, if you open a website, it has HTML. Without HTML, there isn't any website. So remember it, without HTML we cannot create, we cannot develop a website, and it is used to a structure of website. Same, if I give you example of it, um, as we build buildings, uh, first of all we make its structure like this. Whenever we create a website, so we need its structure. To make its structure, we use HTML. Fine. And there is no website with HTML. I have told this before. It's very easy to learn, it's very easy to learn. So here, how you can start your HTML career, how you can start your HTML journey. You just need to download a code editor. Actually, you can also write your code in your notepad, which is your default software in your desktop, Windows, whatever you have. Fine, but I suggest you personally download Visual Studio Code Editor. So how you can download Visual Studio Code Editor? You can simply go in your browser, whatever browser you have. You can go there, search on Google Visual Studio. Visual Studio is created by Microsoft. Here it is on my taskbar. I have pinned this particular software. Actually, why do we use this software? Because it makes our work easier. Like whenever we are writing some code, so it suggests us some code and write the code automatically. That's why it makes our work easier. Fine. So I have opened this software, Visual Studio Code Editor, and here we will be writing our complete code. So here you go. First of all, what you need, where you will keep your code, HTML code, you just need to here you can see I have created a folder. In this folder I'm gonna keep my entire website. Getting my point? I have whatever pages I create, like if you go in a website, so you can find so many pages there, like about us page, contact page, home page, and so many pages, privacy page. So here we will be keeping our entire content here. Fine. So this is a folder I have created earlier, and I named it HTML. So go in your code editor and press the button Control N. Whenever you press Control N, it will create a page for us. Fine. And we will save this page. I will go in File. You can also use shortcut keys because it makes our work easier. It saves our time actually. So go into Control S. Here you can see save, shortcut key is there, Control S. And here, okay, fine, select your particular folder. My folder is in desktop HTML. I selected. Now name your page. What I know, how you write the name, index dot html. It is very necessary for you to write its extension dot html, because now we are giving command to computer that this particular page is actually a HTML page. That's why you should write dot html. And here I have written index. It's up to you, whatever you name it. You can name it about us, you can name it contact page, but the extension should be HTML. Remember this word. and save it. Okay, fine, we saved it. Now I'm gonna tell you that what will be its syntax. What is the syntax of HTML? Actually, first of all, you need to write this code. HTML, this is element, fine, open it and close it. How you close a HTML element? Giving a slash, fine, and use these arrows also. So write HTML, open HTML and close HTML. Inside these two elements we will be keeping our entire code, we will be writing our code, we will be giving a structure to our website, fine. So after HTML, as you know, as a human being, we have a body, we have a header section, we have a body, we have a footer section. Same thing will be in our website. So first of all, here will come our head. So head element, uh, can you see that I just wrote head and it's giving me suggestion. This is why we developer we use Visual Studio, because it makes our work easier. As you can see here, it has written the complete code. So I will just press enter and it will write all the code. So did you see that the magic? Okay, fine. So in your header section, actually we will be keeping so many things here, but I will tell all the things in next episodes. Whenever you will have a good command on HTML, fine. So now under this head section, head element, we will write our body element, fine. I will write body and enter. Now inside this body we will have our entire content. What content? I will show you an example here. So fine, I will write h1, enter. So it has written so many things, we don't need this actually right now. So I will erase this code and I will write actually I will write it manually, h1, and I will close it, fine. Now inside this h1 we will write some code. Actually it's our head element, fine. Whenever you want to actually keep you want to write a heading, so you need h1. Actually it's not only h1 is the biggest heading. I will show you an example here. So I will write here hello world, fine. This is our hello world, first hello world. So I will save this page. Remember, save this page. How you save it? Go into file, or you can also use the shortcut key Control S. Now this page is saved. If you want to see your code in your browser, go inside your folder. Here is my folder, HTML folder. Now in this folder I have my page index. I will open it in my browser. Whatever browser you have, you can open it from there, but I use Chrome, so I will open it in Chrome. Okay, I will go in Google Chrome. Now wait and see what's happening here. How you actually make a structure of a website, how you handle a website. This is very basic, so you should get everything, fine. So I will provide you some elements. I will write some elements in PDF. I will provide you in description box. Remember, go in description and take that PDF, download it, and have a look on everything. And remember, I will upload more videos on HTML, fine. I will upload more videos for you. Actually we will cover this entire HTML course, so you should be consistent on the course. Don't watch all the videos in one day. Don't watch 5-6 videos in one day. Just watch one video in one day and practice that, because practice makes you perfect. If you don't practice, you cannot learn it, because programming, coding, it needs practice. Without practice you cannot learn anything. So I hope you got it. So it's just opening because my PC is low. um, I have to actually put some RAM here. It's very slow, so let's see what happens there. Actually our page is loading here. Now here you see that our page is showing some content, hello world, because we gave here a command to our computer that show hello world in our page with heading, fine. Now I will show you another example of h2 element. You can see h2. Actually h2 H2 is smaller than H1. There are 6 types of heading in HTML. We have H1, H2, H3, H4, H5, H6. You can use whatever you. I will copy this my text, I will paste it here, and I will save this page with our short key Control S. Fine, it's saved here. Now go in your browser, refresh the page. As you can see, we got another hello world. It's smaller than the first one. Fine. So hey, it is how you write code in HTML. Now I will show you my paragraph element. How you write paragraph in HTML. It's very easy. Just write P. Now inside this P element, actually these are called element. You can also call them tag, HTML tag, HTML elements. And it's necessary to use a slash to close the element. You should use two elements, open element and close element. Fine. And here I will write something lorem. Just you can see it's giving me suggestion. I will select lorem. Now it has written so many things for me. Fine. That's why it makes it easier. I use Visual Studio and I suggested to use Visual Studio. Now I will refresh them. As you can see, we have got so many content here, we have got so many text, but actually what if I say I want to break the line from here? You can see this exclamation mark. I want to break the line from here. What will I do? I will go in my code and I will find that area. Oh fine, it here it is. Now I will use an HTML element to break this line. What is that element? BR. And this element, you don't need to use a close element for this, because it does not need to close this. You just use BR tag and save this. The page is saved. Go here, refresh the page. As you can see, we use the BR tag after this exclamation mark, and it has broken the line and our content is showing in two lines. You can use it multiple times, whatever you want, whatever how you want to show your content on your website. You can manage it yourself. So guys, I hope you love this video and you got whatever I said in this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will be uploading more videos on it, and I will try my best to make it more easier for you. I will give this page actually this page in description box. I will also provide you some notes in PDF. Download the PDF and write them and remember them and do practice, because practice makes you perfect. Fine. Hope you enjoyed the video. I will see you in next episode. Hey guys, welcome in another episode of HTML. So guys, this is our second episode. I hope you enjoyed the last episode. In this episode we will be exploring these things I have written here. How we can bold a text in HTML, how we can make it italic, how we can make it underline, how we can write x square with HTML. You have seen in mathematics that we write x square. Oh, there are so many things. Subscript, how we can delete a text, and how finally in the last thing is that how we can upload an image in our website. So guys, stay tuned. We are going to do these things. And so finally what you have to do, just open your code editor. Okay, and this is the code we had written in our last what we say in our last episode. This is our second class. Here we will actually cover those things I have told you, whatever I told you. So what I will do, I will simply, this is a very big paragraph, I will make it shorter. Fine. And I will delete these things. I want to make it shorter. Fine. And there's our BR tag. I will also delete our BR tag. Now what I want here, actually I will save this page and I will go in my browser and I will check it in my browser actually how it's showing. Fine. I will go in my folder, it's my page, I will open it in my browser. I want to see how it's showing. Fine, I'm these simple things, and I hope you have understood the last video, because I had told you some basic concepts of HTML. If you didn't watch the last episode, I request you to please go there and watch the episode, because in that video I made your best how you can learn HTML, what is HTML. I told you everything in that episode. Fine, our browser is opening, so we just wait here for a few seconds. Let's see what happens. Alright guys, so as you can see, our text showing a lorem ipsum. It's actually our dummy text. Now what I want to do with this text, with this particular text, I will go in my code editor. Okay, wait, as you can see, there is written my lorem ipsum. It's my dummy text. I want to make it bold. How I will do that? Fine, so you have to just put your bold element. What's your bold element? Just B. Fine, this is B. I'm sorry. Yeah, this is my bold. Fine, and I will, what I do, I will put my this text inside my bold element. Fine, as you can see, this is my paragraph elements. I opened it here, I closed it, I open my bold element, bold tag, and here I close it, and I save this page. I will go back in my browser, I refresh the page. Now see what happens, our text got bold. How it happens? It's not a magic, it's how you work with HTML. Actually here what I'm doing, I'm telling you some easy things. Actually I want to make you familiar with HTML. Whenever you become familiar with it, how you become familiar? With practice. I told you earlier in last episode, you should practice each and everything. So now what I do, I just copy this my text. This is my paragraph. I copy this my paragraph, and I will paste here, paste. Now this is my bold. Fine, I will delete this bold. Now I want to make this second line italic. How I do? I will write my italic element here. Fine, inside this italic element I write my dummy text, whatever text you want to actually make it italic in style. I save this page, I will go in my browser, I refresh the page. As you can see, our content is showing here successfully. This text is bold, this is italic, and these all are bold. Now I change them. How I change them? This is actually bold. I will delete it. This is my element, this particular element. Now I want to delete this line. You have seen in what we say our e-commerce website, shopping website, that they return some price and they deleted that price. How you do in HTML? Now I will tell you that how you can do that. Just write D. This is our D element. I'm sorry, it's not D, it's actually del. Fine, it's del. Now take this del element. Fine, I opened the del element here, I closed it here, and I save this page. I will go in my browser, I refresh my page. As you can see, it is deleted. A line has come here. So how you do that in HTML? There are actually more things I want to tell you here. How you can underline a text? Very easy. HTML is very easy. It's not a rocket science. Fine, there isn't anything any difficult thing. Just write your U. U stands for underline any text. This is my U tag. I close this element here, I save it, I will go in my browser, I press F5 to refresh my page. As you can see, this text got underlined. Fine, got this. Now I will tell you how you can write x square. I told you earlier that I will tell you that how you can write x square. So I delete this and I will take X. Fine, this is my X. I save the page, go here. As you can see, the X is showing here. Now I want to keep a square on it. How I do it? Just take our superscript element. Superscript element, just write SUP. Sorry, just write SUP, enter. Now inside these two SUP elements, write whatever you want to make it superscript. I will write 2 and I save it. I will go in my browser, I refresh the page. As you can see, there is X square. Now there is another example I will give you, how you can subscript a text. Just copy this, copy, and come here, paste it here. Sorry, I did a mistake. Just take it, copy it, Control C, and come here, replace it, Control V, and there is written sub. Now I will write sub, SUB. This is our subscript. Its full form is subscript. Save it, go there. As you here you go. Fine, you got these things. Now what I'm gonna do here, I will tell you that how you can upload an image. How you can upload an image using HTML in your website. Fine. So first of all, you need an image, and I have an image. I downloaded, actually I have this image. This is image. So what you have to do, just check the extension of the image. What is the format of image? It's in JPG, it's in JPEG, either it's in PNG or whatever. Fine. How you can check the extension? Simply go on the page and right click on it. It's loading because my PC is too low. Wait, just wait. Here, just go in properties. In property, here you can see type of file. It's in PNG. Fine, it's in PNG. Now take this image, cut it or copy it, whatever you want. I will cut it, and there is my website in this folder. I will go in my root folder. This is a root folder. You can also create a folder here. Fine, I will create a folder because whatever images you have, I name it image. This is my folder. Now inside this folder I paste my image. Fine, I pasted my image here. Now I want to show it in my browser. How I do it? Go in your core editor. What was the name of image? What was the name of image? It was inside image SS, and the extension was PNG. Fine, go in your core editor and just write IMG, only IMG if you are using Visual Studio, and enter. Fine, there are some things we don't need. Alt attribute. Now what is SRC? SRC is our attribute. IMG is an element. What is actually an attribute? Actually, attribute provides more information about a particular element. What? Attribute provides more information. Now we provided an information that it is an image. Now SRC will define, its full form is source, that it defines the path of image. Where is image in our website? In the folder of our website. Fine, in a root directory. Now our image is inside the image folder. Fine, now currently in SRC we are in a root directory. Now I will command it that go inside image folder. Okay, how I do it? Just write image and slash and the name of image. As you can see, it's suggesting me ss.png because you're using Visual Studio. That's why I told you use Visual Studio. It makes our work easier. Just enter. Now this is very important for you to know the extension, the format of the image you want to upload it. Now as you can see, the name is ss.png. Now it has brought our image here. Now I save it. I will go in my browser. I refresh the page. As you can see, we have got our image, but it's too big. We don't want, actually, we want to make it shorter. How we want to make it smaller? How you can do it? So you can also give it a width and height. So I will go with with 100 pixels. 100 pixels, fine. This is width is also your attribute. What I told you earlier, attribute gives more information about a particular element, fine. Now we are giving more information about our image. First of all, this source attribute, we provided an information that our image is in that directory. Go there and uh, take the image and show it in our website, fine. Now width is another attribute that we are providing more information about our image, that its width should be 100 pixels. And there is one more attribute, height height also should be 100 pixels. Now what you have to do, just save it, go into your browser, refresh the page. As you can see, the size has decreased. This is how you can upload an image. You can show it in your in your, what we say, in your website. And you can resize your image by using the code. You can command your computer. It's very easy to learn. That's why it's very fun. HTML is actually fun. It's very easy for you. So guys, here I close this video, finish this video, but I provided you a PDF file in description. Don't forget to download that file and remember all the element I mentioned there. I also provided you an assignment. Do your assignment. Don't forget to do your assignment. It's very necessary. Assignment, it's must. If you don't practice, you cannot learn it. I'm telling you right now, if you don't practice, you can learn it, because coding needs practice. If you want to be a good coder, a good programmer, a good developer, you need to do practice, fine. So I will see you in next episode. Hey guys, welcome in another episode of HTML. This is our third video on it, and let me show you what we will be exploring in this episode. I have mentioned some points here. We will be exploring four things. Number one, we will see about file paths, that how do we define file paths by using HTML. And the second thing, we will be discovering about comments. What are comments? How to use comments in HTML? What are HTML links? And what is favicon? Fine. So stay tuned. So what is the first thing that I mentioned here? We will be discovering about our file paths. What are actually our file paths? Let me show you the code of the previous episode. We had discussed it earlier. So this is our code editor, Visual Studio. I have opened it and it's loading. Okay, so here you can see in last episode I showed you that how we can upload an image to our website. This is the code, and let me show you this code in our browser. This is my browser, Chrome. I will simply open it, and here you go. This is our code. This is the image, and where we kept image in our website folder. Fine, let me show you the folder. So this is our folder. I named it HTML in our first video, if you remember. So here I created a folder with the name of image. Inside this folder I kept my image, fine. Now what if I move this image from the image folder, fine. Now I will cut it from here. I will move this image from the image folder to our root folder. What is our root folder? I will tell you right now. It is, I cut this image. This is my root folder. Okay. What is root folder? This is our root folder.
Let me show you from the beginning. This is our folder. When I open this folder, the first page is showing this is our root directory. Got it? And I paste this image here. I moved this image from image folder to my root directory. Fine. Now I will go again in my browser and I refresh the page. Let's see what happens here. As you can see, it's not showing me image because we changed the path. This is what our file path is. There are different types of file paths. I will show you how you can use them. Fine. Now this is our first case. There are 4 cases. I will tell you 4 cases in file paths and you will become a champion in file path. Fine. This is we moved it to our root directory, and I will go in my code editor. This is my code. Let me make it bigger and let me make it zoom. Okay, so here you can see this is my image. Fine. What I mentioned in src attribute, I told you about attribute. What is attribute? We define attribute inside our html tag. And what are attributes? Actually, attribute, they provide more information about an element. Now this is our image element. Fine. Attribute, this src attribute is providing some information that where is our image in our in our website. Fine. And this is fetching the data of image. Getting my point? Fine. This is here I mentioned image. Go inside image folder and fetch this image. Fine. Now I delete this image and this is the slash. I also delete the slash and I save this code. Again I will go in my browser and refresh the page. Here you can see our image is showing back. Now this is the first case. Let me show you 4 cases here. I have written notes for you and I will mention the notes in the description. Don't forget to download the notes and practice it. This is our note. I have written all the things in the notes. If you want to practice, if you want to read them, you can easily download from the description. So there are 4 cases I have written here. Okay, fine. Here you can see there are 4 cases we have. When our image, here you can see the description is also there. The picture.jpg file is located in the same folder as the current page. This is our first case I have discussed with you. This is our second case which we had done in our previous episode. Inside image folder we kept our image. This is the second case, and this is our third case. What is third case? What it's saying? So read it. It's saying the picture.jpg file is located in the images folder at the root of the current web. Now what it's saying, if you didn't get the point, I will tell you. Now it's simply saying, I will show you practically. It's simply saying what if our website code are in the different folder inside some folders. What if this index page is not here, it is inside image folder, and here is another folder, and this index page is inside that folder. So how you command your computer, go inside root directory and fetch the data from here. So this is what it is saying. The picture.jpg file is located in the images folder at the root of the current web. Where is our root? This is our root. This is our root area. This is our root. The image is here and our website is inside so many folders. I hope you got the point. And our last case, where is our last case? This is our last case. What if let me read the description first for you. The picture.jpg file is located in the folder one level up from the current folder. Hey guys, I hope you got the 4 cases of the image. of the file paths. Actually, we are learning here what are file paths in HTML and how to use the file paths. Now let me tell you some more things about file path. It is actually an image. We are using it for image. You can also use it for video, for audio. You can fetch your videos to show in your browser, to show in your website. You can use audios as well. Fine, this is only example for image. You can use it for multiple things, it doesn't matter. Now what is the second thing? Comments in HTML. What are comments? You know, when we develop a website, so we test so many things, and during the test we hide some text, we hide some our code from the page, because some codes shows error. So that's why we hide them. How you hide it? Now see, there is hello in h1 tag, there is the second hello in h1 tag. What if I don't want to show this hello in our browser? First of all, check this code in our browser. So this is my browser, fine, and it's showing me two hellos, but I don't want to see this hello. Fine, what I will do, I will use the comment code. The comment code, simply its syntax is, yeah, just you can give this kind of arrow and two minuses and again two minus and arrow. Fine, this is the syntax. Whatever you written inside this, it will not show in our browser. So I simply cut it and I will come here, I paste it, and I will do it. As you can now, you have to give a factorial. What is it's in mathematics we call it factorial, in English we call it exclamation mark, or whatever you want to call it you can call it, but I call it exclamation and factorial. Fine, this is now this code, you see, you can see the color, as you can see the color is also changed. Why this color is changed? Because now this code is not going to work in our browser. Let me save it and go in the browser. So refresh the page, you can see the first hello has gone. It has it has hidden from our website. So this is how you can use HTML comments. There are so many shortcut keys for comment, because it makes your work easier. You can find it yourself, you can Google it, because you know, as a developer, when you develop a website you get so many errors. To solve those errors, you have to search on Google. So you can search on Google about it, you can learn so many things from Google. Now there is the third thing, is that HTML links. What are links? So let me show my browser, and I will open a website for you. Fine, which website I open for you? I will open Wikipedia. Okay, wait here, this is wikipedia.org. Now actually I want to show you something about HTML links. So here it is showing here, let it be load. This is Wikipedia website. I am going inside Wikipedia. Now I will show you the example of HTML links. Then I will tell you how you can use it in your browser, in your coding. Okay, wait here, wait a few. So finally it's completely loaded. So what are links? As you can see, my cursor is on English. Now here now keep your eyes here. Fine, here you can see the link is showing me here. Now what, as I click on this, it will redirect me to somewhere. Got my point? This is HTML links. Now here I will show you more examples. Here you can see my cursor is on talk, and at left side you can see some links. Now as I click on talk, it will redirect me to somewhere. So this is what HTML links works. Actually, there are so many types of links, there are so many attributes of links you can use with different things, with different. Fine, so I will go in my Visual Studio Editor Now this is my code. I want to let me copy this code. There's h2. I will copy this code and I paste it here. I will remove this image code from here and I save it. This is my code. Now what if I want that if someone comes here, hello world, I change it. Let me change its name. I will change it to Google. Now I will show my HTML links. Actually you can use for it your anchor tag. You know what is anchor tag? And anchor tag is used to redirect to links, hyperlinks. So I will write a, fine, a. Now this a tag, the closing a tag will come after here. Fine, I will remove the h2 elements. Remove the element. Now inside this href, it is reference. Here you will put your link where you want to redirect the user when user click on Google. I want to redirect the user to http. I want to redirect the to google.com. I want to redirect my user on google.com as soon as he clicks on Google. So let me save it and go in my browser, refresh it. Here you can see this is my hello world. Now I want my user when it comes on Google, so it should redirect my user to Google. So here you can see I refresh the page. It's showing me something like colored, the blue colored. You can change its colors by using CSS. What is CSS? I will tell you about it in our next course after HTML. Now here you can see, keep your eyes here. My cursor is on Google. It's showing me some link here. As soon as I click on it, it will redirect me to google.com. Here you can see it's showing because we didn't provided the complete path of Google. It's just an example for you. Here you can see google.com is showing in my URL. This is how you can use your anchor tag, your HTML links. Now there are so many attributes of it. What if this is my attributes target? Fine, target is used to redirect the user to different tabs. Now default our targets is self. What is self? First of all I will show you there is blank. There is, you should use underscore blank blank and save it. Now this is the next example. Let me refresh the page. What is showing it in English? Fine, okay, fine, finally it is refreshed. Now as soon as I click on Google, you can see it's redirect me to the new tab. It has opened a new tab, but by default it is on self. What is self? This is my target attribute. Inside this target attribute I write self. This is self method and I save it. I will go there and refresh the page. Okay, now this is my Google. As soon as I click on it, it is not redirect me to the new tab. It's redirect me to the self tab. This is how you can use some attributes. Now I have provided you the notes in the description. If you go in the notes, you open the notes, I have given so many examples, so many attributes of your anchor tag. You can use these attributes: self, blank, parent, top. There are so many things I have given to you, how you can use them, how you can use URLs. If you download the notes, it will help you. So now what is the last thing about favicon? As you know, this is our Wikipedia. Let me open the wikipedia.com. As you can see here above at the left side showing you W, this is your favicon. How you can put an image here in your website as a favicon. So let me show you that code. So for that thing you have to open your Visual Studio Code Editor. Now let me show you how you can add favicon to your website. fine. Come inside your head element in HTML and write here your link tag. This is link and enter. Listen, this I'm doing link enter. This is only possible in Visual Studio because Visual Studio it does so many things automatically. Fine. Now this is link favicon. I just enter here. Now it will write so many things itself, so it does not need anything. So if you're not using Visual Studio, you will have to write each and every code manually. Fine. Now this is my link tag. What is actually link tag? Link tag, it defines relation between a document and an external source. You can call it resource, external resource. Now what is our document here? Our document is our web page, and external source is our favicon, our image. Now we are defining the relation between them. Got my point? This is our link element, and here relation is icon. Okay, this is by default, don't change them. And by default the name is actually favicon.ico, but our favicon here I will show the type should be image slash x minus icon. Don't change them. Fine. And now this is our image I showed you in our HTML folder. Apple, its extension is jpg. Go in your Visual Studio Code editor, inside href attribute, right here only apple. Now it will suggest you, okay, apple.jpg. Fine. Now save it, save your code, go in your browser. This is my browser, and refresh your page. Here you can see the apple favicon is showing here. So guys, this is how you can add favicon in your website by using HTML. This is the method to use favicon in your website. So finally we have covered our 4 things. I know the video is very long, so not a big deal. We will I will also upload more episodes on it. I want to actually cover the all the things of HTML, all the what are the uses, where we use HTML. You know, I have told you in earlier episode, the first episode. If you didn't watch the previous episodes, you should also go there and watch them. Then you can understand these things. In our next course, I will do it CSS course. Fine. This is very important for you. After the CSS course, you can become a front-end developer, not a full stack front-end developer, but you can create, design a website. Fine. So I will see you in next episode. Stay tuned. Hey guys, hope you all are doing well. So guys, this is our 4th video on HTML series. So in this series we will discuss about tables, what are HTML tables, how to use tables. So here I have written notes for you. I will show you the notes here. This is an example of table, how you can make this kind of table in HTML. You can also design it by using CSS, but we have not discussed the CSS course. After this HTML course, we will do a small for basic course, beginner course for CSS, so that you could design your website. Now, as of now, in this episode we will discuss how you can make HTML table like this. This is an example for you. I have written the notes, the complete notes on HTML table. You can download the note from the link given in the description. Fine. So what you have to do, you have to just open your code editor. This is my index page, this is my code editor. Now inside your body element, inside your body tag, you have to keep your content. Okay, now here we will keep our table. To use table, you have to use a tag table. You can see the screen. Let me zoom it. So here you can see that it's showing me some options, some suggestion table. I will click on table. So it has written the code for me. Now inside this HTML table tag, I will write my code. If you look here in our table, what is there? There are some rows. In first row, our heading, there is our heading. There are 3 headings in first row: company, contact, and country. In second row, third row, fourth row, fifth row, sixth row, seventh row, they are data. They are data of our table. They are also present in rows. This is second row, this is third row, this is fourth row, this is fifth row. So what we have to do, we have to create multiple rows, and inside those rows we have to define our heading and her table content. So let me show you how you can make this kind of table in HTML. So here inside this table you have to create row. For row, the element for row is tr, only tr, and enter. Here I have open tr and close. This is our first row. In our example, in our first row we have to keep our heading. For heading you have to write th. Fine, th, enter. Now inside this th tag you have to keep your content for heading. So I will, in our notes, I will make a similar one for you. In first heading is company. So what I do here, I will write company. And for second heading inside first row, remember, for second heading inside first row, I copy this th, copied it, and I will paste it. Control V, again Control V. In our notes, the second heading is contact, third is country. Fine. So I will write here contact. In third heading I will write country, COUNTRY. Now this is our first row. Fine. In first row we have mentioned 3 heading: company, contact, and country. Now for data we have to create second row, but before creating second row, let me show you it in our browser, how it is showing in browser. So this is my browser. I have opened this code in browser. If you don't know how to open code in browser, I have told you in previous episode, go and watch them. This is our 4th tutorial on HTML. This is beginner course. I will also create an advanced course later. So let me refresh the page. As soon as you refresh your page, all the content will be visible in your page. Fine. This is first heading, this is second, contact, country. But if you see in example, there is a little border. If you can see, there is border. So how you can create border inside your table? For that you have to open your Visual Studio. Now inside your table tag you have to mention an attribute. Fine. If you don't know what is attribute, I have already told this attribute, what is attribute, how to use them in our previous videos. Inside table tag you have to mention an attribute. The name is border attribute, and enter. This border is equal mark and double quotes. You can see there are double inverted commas. You have to mention it 1 pixel and save it. If you don't know this 1 pixel, 2 pixel, actually we are doing the CSS work. I will tell you in CSS course, so it's not a big deal here. You don't need to worry about it. Just refresh the page. After refreshing the page, you can see a border has occurred here. Now what we have to do, we have to create some rows to show my data below the company, below the contact, and below the country. Fine. So go in your code. This is our first row. Now create a second row. For second row, the same way, tr. Now inside this is our second row. In second row we will show three datas for company, contact and country. To show data you have to use tag td, enter td. We will use it three times. Fine, copy this, paste it, control v three times. We have three headings, we also have to show three datas. Now there is company. Now inside your first td you have to mention the name of your company. Fine, so I will go in my notes, the company name is here, very awkward name. I will copy it and paste it in between our td tag. Fine, control v, and this is our company name. Now we have to mention the contact. Let me go here. For contact there is Maria Enders. Okay, copy it and I will save it here. Saved, and I will go in my notes. I will get country is Germany. Okay, fine. Now inside this I paste this Germany and save it. I will open my browser and refresh the page. As you can see, it is visible here. This is our heading, this is our data. To show multiple datas you have to create multiple rows. How many datas you want to show in your website in a table, so you have to create rows for that. So let me make 2 or 3 rows. You know the method how to create rows, so I am skipping the video. Alright guys, so finally it is done. I have just, what did I do here, I just copied it and pasted. I copied the data from my notes and I pasted here. And let me save this page and I go in my browser, I refresh the page. As you can see, we have got a table, we have got our headings, company, contact, country. Now below this company we have got the data, name of the companies. Below the contact we got names. Below the country we got the name of the countries. This is how you can create table by using HTML code. So finally you have learned it. Now if you want to design it, if you want to make it stylish, for that you have to know CSS. If you know CSS, so go for it, design it, do as much practice as you can, because practice makes you perfect. Without practice you cannot learn coding, you cannot become a good developer. So you need to do practice to polish your skill. Fine, so we will also make a CSS course later after this HTML course. So I will see you in next episode. Hey guys, hope you all are doing well. So guys, this is our fifth video on HTML series. In this video we will discuss about HTML form, that how you can create form by using HTML. So here I have written notes for you. This is the example, it's only an example. It's first name, last name, how you can create input, how you can take data from user and store in your database. I will not teach you right now that how you can store data in database, because for that you have to learn PHP or any programming language. But now I will just give you an overview that how you can create form by using HTML, how you can take data from user. So you have to just open your Visual Studio Code editor that you have. Now inside your body tag you have to write a tag that is form. Fine, this is my form tag. Now after writing this form tag, just wait here, this is your form and it's showing me some suggestion. I just click on first one, form. If you want to write everything manually you can write it, but I use some shortcut methods. Fine, so what I have to do, I have to write here name. For name just write name, and there is another tag we use it to take input from user, that is your input tag, in. This is my input tag. Now this input tag you have to use here. Inside this input tag an attribute. The attribute will be your type, because which kind of data you're taking from user, it's fine. It's very necessary for you that how, which kind of data you want to take from user. It can be your text, it can be image, it can be video, it can be audio, it can be anything. So for name we are taking attribute type text, and I save it. I will open my browser and refresh the page. Let's see what happens here. Here you can see it has given a name. Fine, it has written name and an input field. It has created for us an input field. Now inside this input field you can write anything, you can write anything, only text. Now let me give you some more example. So this is your name. Now I will take here image. Okay, now I'm taking image. Again I will use my input tag, input. Now in your type, now the attribute type you have to take file, because we are taking image now, file. Fine, if you want to take image from user to store your in your database, you can write here file in your type attribute. If you want to take audio, you want to take video or anything related with file, you can keep here only file in your type attribute. Now save it, open your browser, refresh the page. Here you can see we have got name in your input field and your image. Here this is your choose file. Click on choose file, it will redirect you to the files you have in your 4 disks. So from here you can take any kind of data. Fine. So as you can see that we have a little problem here, because name and image both are showing in same line. But what if I don't want this both of them in the same line? I want to keep this image in second line. For that you have to use your br tag. Br tag, just use your br tag here. After your input field, after your name input field, just use br and save it. Open in your browser, refresh the page. You can see the both are in the name is in first line and image is in second line, but these both fields are attached with each other. I want more space here. So it's very simple. Again use your br tag 2 times, use br tag 2 times, save it, refresh your page. So fine, now it's looking pretty good. Now I want to take more data from user, like what is the gender of user. To take gender from user, there is another type, it's radio. You don't need to worry about types. I have written notes for you. Here I have mentioned all the types. So here you can see in your type we have text, we have radio, we have checkbox, we have submit, we have button. Just download the notes, given link below in the description. Don't worry about it. So now we want to take another data, that is gender from user. So for gender we write here male. Fine, male. Again you take your input tag. Now inside your type mention, write here radio. This is for male. Now copy this, control C and press enter. Now here write female. This is for our female. Female type is radio. Fine, but again we have to use our br tag here. Control C, paste here, paste them here, control S, save the page, go in your browser, refresh the page. Fine, it's very easy. Fine, this is your male, this is your female. Radio, how you can take image, how you can take your, now it is your name. Fine, you can take another input field with the last name, father name, or anything you want to take. If you want to take password, if you want to take password from user, so inside your type attribute just write password, nothing else, only password. So guys, this is how you can create form by using HTML. Fine, this is very, these are very basic elements I have told you right now. To learn more about it, to become advanced, I will give you a recommendation. There is a website on internet. Its name is W3 Schools. I suggest you go in W3 Schools, write on, search on Google W3 Schools. Let me show you how you can learn more about HTML. Fine. If you want to learn more, you are curious to know about HTML. The HTML is very easy. Now you have got an idea. Now you have become familiar. I know, because this is our fifth video on HTML tutorial. Now you are familiar with it. Now you have got an idea that how easy it is. If you want to learn more about HTML, you can come here in this website W3 Schools. Not only HTML, if you want to learn more coding languages, you can come here in W3 Schools. You will get everything you want. Now this is your HTML. Click on learn HTML. Now here in learn HTML, you will get introduction, editor, basic, HTML elements, attributes, headings, everything. You will get everything about HTML here from A to Z. Fine. So guys, I will try to now this is our last video on HTML. The HTML basic course is completed here. I will if you're curious to learn more about HTML, so let me know in comment. I will design another course, HTML advanced. Now I'm going to create, design another course on CSS for beginners. If you are a beginner, you have you have watched all the videos of HTML, our 5 videos. Now you have got an idea how to use HTML. Now we will jump to CSS. So take care, have a nice day.